Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my Raging Germany series. I want to take a moment to thank you all for all of the support that you've been giving me. This series has been very successful. It's got a lot of views, a lot of likes, and especially a lot of comments, which I really appreciate. I'm learning a lot. I do want to take some time to do kind of like a State of the Union address because there are a couple of comments in particular that is actually going to alter the course of my gameplay, probably for the better. Now, in the last section, we were talking about the relationship between science and culture. For those who missed it, basically, our next policy, we want it to be the rationalism opener. There's nothing else that's going to be particularly useful to us, but we got to get to Renaissance to make that happen. And the challenge here is that the best way to get to Renaissance that supports all of our war efforts is through gunpowder, which, where we were at the time, is the most expensive route. And because we have the military caste policy and all these human monuments, and of course we're killing a bunch of barbarians, clearing camps and stuff, our culture's, pretty rampant. So there was a relationship here that we had to keep an eye on. I had entertained the possibility of building, um, stop that, of building Oxford University, because when you finish that, you get a free tech. And that free tech has no limitations, so the later you use it, the more valuable it is. And I already knew that. It was my intention at the start of this series to go back to that Oxford path, but somebody had pointed out it's just 3 science and the tech's more valuable. So since somebody else is like talking about it, I'm just going to go ahead and let that go. We're going to save Oxford for later, but that means we do have this relationship. It's going to be harder to control as a result. So for the time being, I think I'm going to switch the capital's production into research. It gave us +7 science. It's not much, but with barbarians we're killing and stuff, it might be enough to help. So basically, we're going to keep an eye on this. You can see here it says 12 turns to go. Here, 1, 5, 12. So they're on par, and that's fine because if we're forced to choose a policy on the exact same turn we already reach Renaissance, that's good enough. So that's the one comment that's going to be changing the course of my gameplay. The other one, and I really appreciate this because I totally would have missed it. When I'm looking at city settles, I take a lot of things into consideration. But when I'm looking at other people's cities, I'm not really looking at it as like when I looked at this city, I was like, oh, okay, we do want to take it because it's a capital. It's got a religion we might be able to exploit. It didn't have all these pearls developed, so we do have to annex it so we can get the Borg boats, yada, yada, yada. But one thing I wasn't looking at is all of these ocean resources. So once we do get the whole Renaissance thing taken care of, I think I will be taking a quick side jog into optics so we can buy a lighthouse in this city, and then this city is going to be quite the force to reckon with. This is going to be a really good city in general. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for those comments. It's really helpful. I went ahead and addressed the worker. We got a lot of trades going on here, so let's address those. We only got one person that wants to buy our horses, and last we knew we were in good standing with him. So he does give us the full value. Only got one person who wants our iron, but unfortunately he hates us, so we got to do the bottom of the barrel 2 for 3.
Oh, very well.
I will say that in the future I'm probably going to turn off strategic balance in the settings just because we've reached a point where we have a surplus of iron and horses. Like the decision to sell off 3 for 2 should be something that gives me pause. Whereas here it's like, oh, candy, whoever's willing to give you the money, like we got so much that even with our military. And part of that is because we're dominating, so maybe I'll rethink that in the future, but right now that's kind of my policy. Now, I've never been good at the spy game. Traditionally, I do kind of play more peaceful games, so it's not uncommon for my opponents to have researched military techs I didn't have. So putting a spy in their cities is sometimes fruitful. But here we're playing the domination game. And as far as like non-domination techs in our era, we've already got education, which is the most important one. So I really don't see anything here that we like. If we already had optics, the ability to get compass for free, maybe, I don't know. So anyways, we should take a look at everybody. Medieval. Okay, he's Renaissance. Medieval, 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 medieval. All right, so we only have one that's actually improved era than us, and since it is America, I'm assuming he would have gone in through gunpowder too, since this is his unique unit, and we're kind of tearing it up all over the backyard. So I have no doubt that this is where he's at, which means we'd have nothing to steal. Plus, I don't know if he'd steal it in time, and it's always a coin flip. So just out of laziness, I'm going to put it in Berlin, because if you look at the charts, we are, way up there in science as it is. So there's a lot more likely that our spy could become more developed in our city than other cities. So that's my idea there. Anyways, with all the overhead out of the way, let's go ahead and this is our city now, so let's get people in borders. Except for him, let's go ahead and pillage these horses, because why not, right? Yeah, so there's the zone of control. So even if this city makes a unit, it can't slam into our archers. We expended them all. Taking Mecca, we'll upgrade them next turn. And we'll also have steel online, so we can upgrade our swordsmen as well. Now here, I'm gonna do this. And we had some units over here. I was going to have a horse come and join. Basically, the idea is that since I had a death squad coming this way, I figured, okay, we'll just join in the fight over here, get some upgrades going. So our north death squad situation is going to be more, they're going to have to rely on themselves. I'm bringing a horse over because chasing down pillage tiles and, capturing workers, that's the big thing. This is part of the reason why I'm not going to make peace with Harun just yet, because between these two cities I'm hoping we can find a worker, especially since he would have to move a worker from one to another right through us. So I'm gonna see, and if we don't get one, it's not that big of a deal, simply because the only reason we'd have to have extra workers around here is because of trading posts, which until this thing has a university is not very useful. So if we can get one, great. If not, no big deal. The worker that's in Delhi just finished the iron, and there's really nothing else going on in Delhi, probably for the rest of the game. If we discover something in the hills, we can always bring somebody over, and by that point, everything over here and, in the future might be better developed anyways. So right now, all the camps are cleared that we know of, so everybody's just going to pile back home, get upgraded so that we can continue fighting and developing our army. Okay, he was coming over towards India. He's heading towards the deer, right? Yep. I'm just going to stop here. I know I could go to here, but, it's going to take all of our movement anyways. Now, as far as scouting goes, normally my plan of attack would be, cutting away this fog so that we can have the nearest visibility possible. But we're going from Constantinople towards Constantinople. We'll probably go into Washington next. Because Ottomans do have the Great Wall, that means that I'll probably go for Mongolia after that. Long road, in other words. And we can see everything mostly that we would need to. So I think I'm just going to basically, since this guy has the altitude training, let's just take the path that's most optimum and gets the most visibility. Because we've finally found the last civs, and he's coastal, so we're probably at the end of the line anyways. This way we'll get the most. We got open borders and stuff, so let's just get the most out of our scouting plus altitude training, is my thoughts on that matter. Can you reach from there? Yeah, so we'll just have you sit tight one turn. Heal up, my pretties. Okay, so that appears to be everything. I believe I've covered everything. All of our trades are in order. So let's let somebody else have some fun. Alright, he would like open borders. And this is actually really nice. This kind of fits right into my... Alright, you can always get rid of the strategic. They always throw that in for icing. So he really means 2 gold per turn. And that's fine. We're making a lot of gold. And since I will be having my... Oh dear. No need to worry. I already had my way with you. Yeah, since we're basically going to be scouting for completeness, the fact that we now also have open borders with Ottomans is fantastic. Speaking of the Ottomans, and I don't want to pass up on the steel prompt, but it occurred to me that because we're going for a domination victory, and both Constantinople, we'll basically have to take Constantinople and Istanbul to win. So I think that's funny. That tickles me. If you'll excuse me, I hope I don't have to edit this in post, but I just found a bug in the house I gotta go deal with, so hang tight. Okay, I might have to edit that in post, but I had a bug to deal with, so I had to set things down. Anyways, we're just going around upgrading everybody because we've got the steel tech now, and I don't want to miss out. We'll move this guy more or less to max, get them together. The death squad, travel as one. We're getting to a point where the difference between warrior and pikemen are really going to shine because the pikemen are going to upgrade to mounted units. They're not going to be as good at blockers. So I think since everybody's piling back in, I'm going to go ahead and start sending this guy towards Delhi and upgrade. Because the horse can actually reach here now. And once these guys get upgraded, the horse is actually going to be the weak link in our death squad situation. Because we're Germany, we can always plan on growing our army some just by taking over camps. The swordsman's not in borders, but I think we got them all. So rather than shoot from here, I want to step and shoot because the swordsman's going to occupy this tile, and now if something spawns in the back, he can step and shoot again. If this was a stronger unit, he would be able to offer a flanking and discipline buff. So this is just what I would consider to be best practices for that scenario. Deer tile is now in our border, so let's move the worker in there. And I don't know why we're working this elephant, and I'm guessing it's when we were building the aqueduct, and then I forgot to put it back once we finished up. So I'm just going to peek at our tile assignments, make sure everything's how I would have it. We took Mecca, so we've got dyes in our trade network again, and apparently the whole world is thrilled about this, so good for us. Tech, onto physics. We're looking at 11 and 11, so we gotta kind of keep an eye on that every single turn. Let's get these trades out of the way. He hates us as well, so again, bottom of the barrel. And this is what I'm talking about, the strategic balance. Like, I don't even have to pause for this trade. It's like candy. And yeah, part of that is because of the domination thing, so maybe that's not a problem, but it's worth looking at in the future. Alright, now he has no reason to hate us just yet, so 3 gold for 2 of them is something he's willing to do. In fact, this guy's about to finish the citrus, so let's go see if he'll give us full value for that. Probably not, although they do tend to degrade on the strategic resources before the luxury, so it could have gone 7 even though we couldn't get 2 for a single strategic resource. Alrighty, finally these guys, I think all of our other archer types have been upgraded, except for our northern death squads, of course, because they've been out. So now all of that is up to speed. Let's get all these guys just healing and chilling for now. Now that everybody's upgraded, we'll probably start our march. That's unfortunate we didn't finish it off, but now we'll step him forward and he'll finish him off, which buys this guy time to get around the other side. This is an unfortunate situation, but, you know, we do have more people coming to Delhi. And we're Germany. We are bound to continue fighting every camp we can find, more or less. Alright, so let's see here. Okay, well, since he's got roads, let's just make the most. Okay, and that's a good piece of visibility. We can see some Ottoman borders, so probably a good chance that the coast is all throughout here. But we will find out. head north. Tundra, we're pretty much at the bottom, so it won't take us long to come down here and get full visibility. I'm kind of going this way because city-states do often populate along the coast, so the most visibility we can have even around the coast is pretty good. And like I said, the cloud was already cleared everywhere that we would need it to for the near future. So this is interesting. Genghis Khan has declared war in Washington and Suleiman. Oh, wow. Okay, we gotta talk about this. Alright, towards the end of the last part, we can actually see that America had 2 more settlers and had settled Philadelphia. So it really looked like he was coming for us, and at a time when he probably had his Minutemen. Now, obviously, we're approaching a point technologically where we would be ready for it, but as of right this second, we're not. So that was a little bit scary. But now that, because look at everybody's military scores here, right?
Vita.
We're up top. Mongolia's pretty much with us. Ottoman's not far behind, and there's America. Now, the reason why this is scary is because our military spread out all over, whereas America's would be a lot more focused, especially if we attacked them. And with the Minutemen upgrade, like, you know, they were going to be a force to contend with, and if they were the ones actually leading the charge, who knows if they'd attack Delhi, if they'd come towards Mecca. A lot of uncertainty there. Now, do keep in mind that just because an AI declares war doesn't mean they're going to throw units at the enemy. It could be that one of these civs was going to attack Washington and just talk the other one into it. So I don't know how much this is going to mean their armies get whittled down. And we don't necessarily want them getting whittled down because, you know, every unit that is killed by not us is a unit that we will not get the gold for. So I think I will have him step and shoot this guy because now our swordsman can reach the horseman. So let's bring this horseman over here for like a flanking bonus. We can walk into the camp. Oh, neat. Okay, that's really good. It's only a barb or a brute, but now we get the double flanking bonus. The discipline buff doesn't stack, but the flanking does. Yeah, and this is part of the reason why I cleared the camp rather than letting the horse occupy it, because like I was saying, we're getting to a point where warriors are just going to be more valuable because our pikemen are all going to turn into mounted. So that's really cool that happened, that we got this brute here. Okay, everybody's healing up. Our archers can move. And the worker's gonna start ripping up these roads. I want to start at this end because we do have the bridges, so this is going to be useful getting some of our archers over to this side of the river since we're heading northwest anyways, and all of this melee are in the way healing up. But also because once the workers over here done ripping up, these are going to be the next tiles we improve anyways. So, and once these the melee start marching, they won't be here to protect the worker, and since we're not at peace yet. Yeah, so let's rip this tile up first, basically, is what I'm getting at. So, as far as getting these guys over, both him and the Great General can head over there. He's just going to keep healing. This guy can reach here, but everybody else looks kind of blocked in, so let's just do this. Yeah. And we'll have 2 over here, and we'll do the best we can. There's going to be some interesting challenges crossing this river with all this hill shield he's got and stuff, but once we're past that, it's easy going, and we don't actually have to get into bombard range to get past that, so that's another plus. Let's get all of this moving towards Delhi. You sit tight for now. We might have him step out. We basically got to keep an eye on this here, so 10 and 10. But the moment that becomes disparate, we're definitely going to have to move a human monument or 2 or 5. You know, we'll play with the numbers and figure it out. Okay, everything looks good. I'm kind of interested what's going to happen here. Oh, trade route. That'll probably interest the horse, right? Come 1, 2, 3. What is this about, I wonder? I mean, we chased after that camp pretty quick, like. I don't know, but... Okay, I don't know why we keep getting that notification. That camp's going to have to wait because we're actually in the process of upgrading all these guys. We'll send them back out once everybody's tip-top. Alright, Ivory comes back, so that helps our happiness situation a bit better. Let's see. 1 turn until growth, so yeah, we'll just occupy that tile. He's heading over here. Okay. Pop, pop, pop. A missionary, huh? Okay, it looks like we'll be able to handle this camp with the swordsman in 2 turns, but I'm still going to move him over here in case something spawns. You're just going to heal up. Everybody's healing here. Alright, there's a worker. So, yeah, in light of that worker situation, let's get everybody starting to head over here. You heal up, you can come over. Oh, yeah, so let's get him over here for the human monument aspect of things. Okay. Worker. Why is he there? Did I accidentally put him away? Yep, that's okay, no big deal. I meant to put him in there. I hate when I do that. I do it more often than you might think. Okay, so we cannot... since we're actually marching outside of our borders, let's go ahead and talk to her. Oh, cool, spies are out now, so we can now do the spying thing. And we'll denounce her next turn. But for now, we can't enter the borders, so it might be a bad idea to be within the range of that composite bowman. Let it come out. And unfortunately, that means all these guys are just going to have to sit tight for a second. We'll be able to use the horse as a scout next turn, but that's very unfortunate that we got to slow down like that. Let's just stick to the coast, most visibility. You never know when you're going to find the Great Barrier Reef. I don't normally go looking for it, but that's the way the situation's playing out down there, so... And of course, if the composite bowman does come out. I mean, it's kind of nice that we're not able to push forward here, just because that's culture we won't have to acquire, for lack of a better word. Speaking of which, let's keep an eye on that. It says 8 and 8. Okay, we are going to be growing in a couple cities. Looks like 3 across the duration. I don't know how much of an impact that's going to have, but we will still have to keep an eye on it. Let's see, we are working a lumber yard, so this is a little bit better. A little more growth. I've actually been thinking about the growth thing. I have some ideas for my next game as far as how I can improve my early game. Oh, it said faith. We have faith to purchase. Okay, but we got everything purchased, I'm pretty sure. It was pagoda here. Yeah. So we've got all the purchasing done that we need to. We always have the option of annexing Mecca just to be able to buy a pagoda, and if we see somebody's going to change the religion, might be worth considering, but probably not, because the unhappiness we take on might be offset. So try not to annex cities when you're going for world domination, because the unhappiness piles up. Alright, so we took 2 hexes to get here. I'm going to step 1 more just in case there's a city-state back here. Doesn't look like there is, so let's start to retreat. We are on a hill, so this guy can see us. Maybe they start chasing after us. We can check the other side of this mountain safely, I hope. Okay, starting to get very hungry, so I'm hoping I can keep this going. Alrighty, looks like we're going to hit hard enough to do 2 shots, so we'll get out of my way, dude. I'll handle this. We will heal him up 1 more turn. I don't like it because he's the stronger blocker. Alright, this is the turn we want to denounce them.
Vita.
Alrighty, so we can see this guy. I'm not too worried about it. He's going to get bombarded before he can act, and we can't just hide forever. So on the upside, like if I bring this swordsman here, and then we declare war next turn, he can end up on the citrus. Yeah, we'll get shot, but we'll pillage and step off. And maybe we'll actually have the ability to take on these Yeah, but I do think I'll keep the composite bowman out of range of his composite. Well, no, with the brute there, he'll probably favor that. I hope so. Alright, so we can continue upgrades here. We just gotta keep moving while we do, so that we make room for this warrior, which unfortunately, it looks like I'll probably have to stash one of these composite bowmen here, so that we can free up the horse, so that the horse and the crossbowman can be the death squad while this guy gets healed up, because we gotta upgrade, and then it looks like at least 2 turns of healing. So that'll be the plan there, and that's assuming we even still need a human monument. Let's do this. Oh, there's a worker. Right, okay. Where is he going, though? We are at war, so he can't retreat like that. Alright, so maybe we get him. That would be nice. Let's see here. Well, this is kind of awkward as far as getting everybody over. Oh, could be worse, I suppose. Alright, so you're just going to head over here and rip up that road. There we go. No more roads in Mecca that we are paying for no reason other than that's just the way it is. Okay, so it's going to take this guy 3 turns to get over the river. He's going to be late to the party. Okay. Let's see where this worker goes. Hope we can see. Okay, that's our worker now. Well, that's good, because we'll want to have one here, because we will be pillaging stuff and whatnot.
What is not so.
Physics is finished, and we have not killed any new barbarians, so we're still 7 and 7. Gosh, I hope that doesn't get... Oh, cool. Completed another wonder for us just in time. Alrighty. So, a little bit dangerous, but let's come up on this hill here. Oh yeah, we actually have to go through the trouble of declaring war. Alrighty, so I'm not really confident that anybody's going to pay us to do this. They think we're a monster. Oh, not propose, not propose. That's one of the downsides of like talking while I'm doing this. Sometimes I go to hit the wrong button. But yeah, everybody's hating on us, so I don't know how fruitful this is going to be. Can't insult Haroon because we got to be able to enter her borders to capture his worker, and then we'll make peace with him. Okay, who would join us if anybody? I'd ask Washington since he's nearest, but he really, really hates us, and he's got 2 people on his back, so it's just not going to happen. Here we go. Alright, lots of luxuries coming back, so our happiness is looking pretty nifty. Bogota is attacking us, but Bogota's way up there, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, this frees up some citrus, it would appear, but it is our last copy, so I don't want to sell it off just for 3 gold per turn. On the other hand, we are going to be declaring a war against him next, so it'd come back soonest. How soon is our next citrus coming back? 26, 27, so not very good. Let's just hold on to it. There's no need for that. Okay, so let us take a risk and hop up on this hill here. Looks very clean, actually, so we would want swordsman. Come up here, probably. Go ahead and take that. Not really ready to attack him, so I'll just come up here. Who knows, maybe he takes our worker and we get him mired in like that. I'll have this crossbowman attack across here. That way he can come up here or through here. Not sure which one's going to be best. Oh, profit, huh? Interesting. Okay, well, he's having to contend with that. I mean, we could help him out. We could kill that. But then our units would be up here, and that's going to make getting to safety issue. So I don't want to do that. I'm okay with crossing here just because the citrus is ripe. But are we still at war with Haroon? We are, which means we have the mobility to go 1, 2, pillage that. cross the river. Oh, in fact, let's cross up here just in case that matters. Nice. Okay, I forgot the pillaging of trade routes doesn't actually consume movement. Anyways, let's go ahead and make peace with this guy. I don't want to forget to do that. Yeah, I didn't figure he would add. Oh, he has nothing to add, really. No, he had 19 gold. He's hemorrhaging money. 1, 2, 3. Okay, hill there, so we'll be able to hop up for free because of our altitude training. That is such a sweet buff. I love it. Caravans, we're just going to keep on going with the city-states. Hanses will be on the horizon. I don't see a reason not to do that just yet. So yeah, we do have a camp to go chase after, so let's do this. You can become the human monument now. 7 and 7. I don't know if we checked that this turn, but I definitely do not want to forget to stay on top of that. Workers coming up. Maybe we need the help, maybe not. There's trading posts we can keep put up, so I think this hill's a priority over the trading post, essentially, since we got this guy here to help already. It might be worth taking him to the war with us. Oh no, we got a worker here. We got another one we could steal. This is their capital. Oh, as we go to push into this capital, something that occurred to me a little bit ago, I was talking about the strength of our blockers and why I wanted to go the steel and gunpowder route. And this might be a scenario where the importance of that really comes up. Since you can have both a military and a naval unit garrisoned in your city, and this is Byzantium, it's entirely possible that they have an archer here and a droman here, and maybe like dromans here too. So like anywhere we get near the city could have multiple attacks going against it, and like pikemen could probably take it, but not, you know, more than once unless they're on rough and pillage and stuff like that. So we did make peace with him, so he's going to be relatively safe there. Yeah, these guys need upgrades, so we'll just have them go to our territory. Speaking of needing upgrades, let's just go ahead and upgrade him. He can heal in the future. There we go. That should be that camp. We're going to take the missionary. We did get a horse, so that's kind of cool. This missionary is for Hinduism, which we already have here. Yeah, we'll probably delete it. This is already Hindu, probably from that prophet we saw earlier. Yeah, we'll have to make the decision next turn, but I'm pretty sure. But we can step and shoot that guy at least. Oh, you know what? That was a bad move. City-states are going to go before barbarians, I think. This guy will finish him off. That's fine. We actually don't want the culture. Okay, speaking of culture, taking the camp finally gives us this disparity we were watching out for. It now says we'll have to choose a policy before that. So let's go ahead and address that. We'll go ahead and move him out. And now it says 7. We'll keep an eye on that, though. We might have to move more people out. I think I moved him out without, like... Oh, I should have moved him up on this hill. Okay, we'll just get to him next turn. Alright, this guy can finally start coming over. And the fact that we're leaving no death squad behind in Mech is fine, because these guys are coming to upgrade. It's going to take them a while, but... Alright, so I think overall we are in a decent position. We just want to check our great generals. This one's a little too forward. He could have stayed right here, but this one's fine where he is. Prophet here. It's probably going to be coming to Adrianople, so we might be able to swing that. Although, if it uses any charges, like assuming this is full charge, if it uses any charges to convert, we're not going to be able to use it to create a holy site, so... Okay. We've got the human monument situation under control for the moment, so we'll just leave him chilling there. Although, yeah, none of these are of particular use to us. We can't even see when it's going to happen because it's still in resistance. I believe we already addressed the citrus. Alright. I apologize. My blood sugar is low. I'm feeling hungry and so I'm kind of spacey a little bit here. Says Eastern Orthodoxy. We'll let the ivory come back and then we'll decide. You're starting to attract quite a bit of time. Whatever. I'm not sure what that's about, but okay. Alright, so we do know that the prophet's actually in the city. We can see that for sure. Okay, so yeah, that guy's gone. We didn't get the culture. Somewhat sad, but at the same time, we don't have to deal with this again. In fact, let's peek. Looks to me like 5 and 5. I always have a hard time reading that dark purple on the black background. So yeah, I don't see a reason to keep this guy. Persepolis has grown. Good for you. Keep on growing, please. The city's gonna be a monster. We'll be able to start working all these good production tiles. I'm so glad that person pointed out. Vancouver searches for science. Those cancels quest, and we're no longer ally of Iffy. So we lost the cocoa, but we're still doing okay happiness-wise, and it looks like we're still on schedule there. Now he's damaged. I wonder why. That would be why. Can we actually attack that? No. And between the bombard and that, we'll probably not be able to take it. So we're just going to keep on moving. Plus the culture right this second's not the best thing. I mean, we're not going to pass up culture, but when it's our scout, yeah, that's good enough. Alright, speaking of iron, there are people that want our horses, so let's start doing that.
You were saying?
Oh, we should have come here first, just because we're definitely going to get a better exchange rate. 3 gold for 2 horses, yeah. And let's see, the ivory is in fact a duplicate, so we'll just go ahead and let that go. We're only going to get the 3 gold, but we're racking up so many. I just wanted to let it back into our trade network to make sure it was in fact surplus. Alrighty, so you heal up. We're going to go start taking a peek at this camp up here. Okay, he's heading over. Taking long enough, but we'll get there. Alright, so you head there. We're going to have this guy head up on the hill. That way he can get to either side of the river without penalty. He's coming up later, but that's fine. Might as well put him on defense so we don't have to keep addressing it every single turn. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a problem. It does have that unit there. Let's get a melee blocker over here. Melee here. Great General on the Swordsman. That seems pretty safe. Swordsman's not bad. I'd rather make sure he doesn't die, though. Horseman. I'm not sure where's a good place for that. This looks pretty safe. Let's see here. If I move him here, we don't want to move him here because of the composite bowman. If we move him here, because we have a worker over here already. Okay, he should be able to withstand all that. So let's do that. And this will allow us to... In fact, we now know it's safe to do this. And that way he can get here. He can get here. Maybe I want him to go there. Well, without any units coming out of Adrianople, I don't know that it's going to make a difference one way or the other. Let's do it this way, I suppose. I do want to swing the horseman as far over here as I can to maybe act on that composite bowman. Is this fine? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, zone of control and stuff. Alright, we'll get him in range of something. Some kind of horseplay, haha. Let's see. If I pillage it, it'll take me that much longer to get to where I want to go. No, pillage, move. Nope. Okay, so yeah, let's definitely pillage it. We'll choke her out, take some of her citrus away, happiness, you know, yada yada. Alrighty. Yep, I'm definitely feeling the low blood sugar. I could move up on this hill for safety. This pikeman will be zone of controlling And since he is just ever so slightly damaged, I do think that's a decent idea. I don't want my blockers to be that, but I mean, we got 4 blockers encircling the city, so that's fine. He's probably going to be their main focus, and he can exit through this little port, so I'm not too worried. Oh, okay, he actually went over here. That's fine. That just means the worker's going to have to come over here. Let's see here. What is this about? What is that about? Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Horse can act upon that. So if the horse comes up here and attacks, and then the pikeman finishes off, he could step forward and shoot that. He could come in, zone of control, prevent him from coming out. Swordsman, much powerful, so even if there's a drone in there, I'm not terribly worried. The fact that this guy's on a hill in the backside, though, is a bit of a problem. So, at the very least... Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be more worthwhile, my horseman's. Almost certainly. Okay, nope, not going to be able to finish it. Okay, we might have been sentencing the horse to die, but I'm okay with that right now. So let's go back to the horseman acting on this guy. Oh yeah, that's very... In fact... Okay. I do want to capture this with a melee just so we get the profit as well. The profit's useless. On the other hand, this is marsh, and if we don't put anybody there, this bombard will probably go to the horse, which he can just like run and pillage and run. So yeah, let's keep him slippery. Let's move the swordsman in, get eyes on the bay. There is a drone in there. That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Well, this is a hill, so the droneman can't act upon that. So what happens if we pillage? Where's that leave our health? Pretty good. If we move here, we get bombard, 2 composite bowmen, one of which is damaged. And this warrior, which would only tickle. And then from here we could pillage and come back on this hill. And his city will definitely have better, more important targets by that point. So let's move this melee here. You know what? Should I leave that? I'm contemplating leaving this alone because I think it might be better to shoot on that. What does this look like? 41. 47. We could almost completely annihilate it. And if he did move it to safety, that means he'd have to move this guy out. So, yeah. There's a hill here, so the droneman can't act upon this pikeman if the pikeman doesn't push into that tile, which I was counting on. I like this scenario better. Yeah, it's unfortunate that he can act on any of these, but, I mean, he's a dead man anyways. Even if they double up on the horse can still push in. And then I think that counts as 3, and then we can get to safety, find some places to pillage and whatnot. So I do like that better in general. Okay, so we already have 1 archer in range. We have, of the bombard, I mean, and we have 2 melee that are slightly damaged. They're much more likely to take the bombard, so I'm not afraid to move. We want the worker here. The general's okay there because this pikeman's going to end up on one of these hexes. I'm just trying to figure out which one. Here. That way we've got more flanking and deflanking action going on over here. And of course he would get zone of control going in. If he wants to come out here, he'll just get annihilated anyway. So it's real unfortunate that this swordsman's so late to the party, but it's looking like it's going to be fine. Alright, so this is working out enough. Zanzibar. That's a boat. Where is Zanzibar? Oh, he's way over there. Okay, so there's a little bit of back area over there. We'll get to it over there. Right. Losing grasp on Cape Town. That's just food in the capital. Boo-hoo, but, you know, not the end of the world. Alright. Sit tight for now. this would be a good time to look at this. It's 4 and 4. Makes sense since we're not actually finding... oh yeah. Why wouldn't I have the swordsman head up there? Duh. Okay, I should have been doing that anyways. Even if we just parked it in Mecca, like he would be way better off than sitting around here. We got another one coming up. We have these guys. Delhi's doing fine. I should have, as soon as I moved him out for the human monument thing, I should have just started heading him over here. That was a mistake on my part. Suboptimal play. Alright, 11 turns, which means we've got time to come and do something over here. For now, yeah, sit tight. You're healing. Do we get eyes on this camp yet? No, it does not look like it. But we get eyes enough to know that it hasn't spawned anything towards us, so that's better than nothing. I thought we just sent a caravan off. Are they really on top of each other as far as timing? Okay. I guess that's possible. Alrighty, this is, I think I made the right decision. Okay, everybody's damaged, nobody got killed. Very good. Very good. Okay, so promotion time. Double cover, very nice. I'm surprised he got shot by anything, because they got a focus fire, so shouldn't be getting shot by anything unless they can finish it. Alrighty. Well, you know what? We do have a human monument situation going on here. So I'm thinking, since these guys are already wrapped up doing their thing, let's have these guys come address this. And that means somebody over here can afford to step in, I believe. Isn't that what we measured? Yeah, still says 3 and 3. Gosh, that's so close. I hope I don't make a mistake. In fact, you know what? If we're killing stuff... yeah, we'll probably wait until that before we actually finish killing anything, barbarian-wise, because I don't want to miss out just because of that. So that might be the way we go. Byblos longs for culture. That's fine. We're probably... is that Byblos? Looks like it says turns remaining. We have the lead with 35. So, yeah. Okay, the Colosseums are coming up. This is really good. Okay, so, yep, workshop next. This is going to be a hell of a city once we get that. I am so glad somebody mentioned that to me. That's just a really good tip. Might as well work it here. Don't matter. We got some hills to take care of. Same thing with this guy. We're pretty much covered with everything. Alrighty, so let's get some eyeballs. 1, 2, 3. Pikemen. Egads, that's not good. So we'll have him step out here for eyeballs here, and then if this is not a pikeman, we'll have these two swap places, because the horse is going to be vulnerable. Alright, so you move in, so he'll be able to upgrade and contribute immediately. That's pretty nice. He's got a couple upgrades to do. Okay, the big enchilada time. Alright, so you start repairing that. We'll definitely want to pillage. Alright, the composite bowman skedaddled. He's actually hiding behind. I don't think he can shoot from the water, but... okay, so yeah, this guy's hurting. We could pillage and push into that tile. That's a good idea. Pillage and push into that tile. There we go. Now he's not so damaged, from the pushing into the tile without healing up first. So now even if he takes 4 shots from the hill, probably fine. He's got cover. We don't want him to take 5 shots though, so let's use the horse to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that won't happen. But we can put the horse in here. And then what's he going to do? Run? We can chase him down from here. If he shoots at us, he's just a goner. So that situation's pretty much resolved, I find. So we'll step and shoot because we can. This guy also can only shoot the city, so that's what we'll do. He'll step and shoot the city. Oh, a great general has been born. Did he already pillage? He did. This guy should pillage as well. The two of them can easily take this warrior out. I say easily. This droneman can actually reach here. So maybe we shoot... Because if I push into this hex, whether he's first or second... Well, he would be first, obviously, to keep him. We can still get bombard and composite bowman and one droneman. And that would probably be enough to kill him. No, he's got double cover. And he's only a pikeman, so I am willing to risk it in order to keep my shots focused on the city. It'd be nice if we could shoot at some of those boats. In fact, if I stepped him up, we could, right? Is that worth it? Alright. Killing this guy is not terribly important. Anything that ends up on this hex can get double dronemaned and double bombard. So if we were to shoot here, I'd probably want to attack first and then shoot it. But where's this guy going to go? He would just jump into the water also, right? Okay. Honestly, I'd rather not put a shot in the droneman unless we could finish it off. So if I should have stepped him up or him and then stepped the other one over so that next turn step up and get some action on the dromans. So that was a small mistake there. I wasn't thinking it through. In fact, just for added note, I should have thought to do that anyways, just because even though this isn't a melee, the fact that what he's got in the city is not a melee, occupying these spots means that nothing of his can occupy it. So stepping forward, even just to shoot the city, would have made sense for one of them. And then if like this guy shot here and he pushes in. So I think we're going to use this hill to our cover, to our advantage. I do really want to act upon the droneman. He's kind of scary right now, so even though we can't finish him off, weakening him helps. We already got archers on the city, so we're going to make forward progress no matter what. Damn. Yeah, I don't want to... Alright, we'll back him up. And we'll just do it like this. I'm afraid whatever I do over there... what I should have done is stepped this guy up. And done whatever I resolve so that next turn I'd have an archer that could step up and the two of them act upon the droneman. That's what I should have done. If I could take that back, I'd do it a little better. Same thing with this guy. I should have just been moving him at the moment we were doing the human monument thing. Anyways, as long as this happens and we don't actually lose a unit in the... oh, this will help as far as like the... both of our death squads up here have great generals associated. That's a little overkill, but yeah, as long as this happens and we don't actually lose a unit here, all these little mistakes is not a problem. Let's see. It is kind of a problem that guy's in my way, but there's a hill here, so we'll just hide behind it so we can get the most off of that. Alright. Okay. I try to study these kinds of things so that I'm less likely to make mistakes in the future. Okay. So this is kind of nice from what I can see. We have a double tapper. Yes, first one. We have two double tappers, and it's interesting because it's the two that can only act on the city, so that means these other guys are free to do lots of stuff. Genghis Khan has entered Renaissance. Okay. It's a little troubling, but it's fine. Don't I have a worker over here? I do not. But I could get one right now. Look at that. Profit, not full, not of use to us. Okay, so he should be able to come through the woods and get this worker here. That's very good, because we're about to plunder this. Alright, so he's mostly healed up. This guy, bam, so that means he can pillage. Now from here he can have 3 people acting upon him, which would be a problem, except for he does have cover 2. So, and here's another thing, like if I had my archers here and here rather than here and here, I could step and act upon that guy. Oh wait, no I couldn't. He's flatland and hills, so no, that's not the case. I don't know if that means he could act upon this guy. I don't think so, though. Anyways, if I step here and shoot this, I can actually push in with my spearmen, which I want to do now. There we go. So, no, I can't afford to move him there. Can I? Droman? Well, the Droman's about to get damaged. There we go. I like that. Okay, so I feel confident putting him here. Well, no. He would not be able to escape from there. Leave him on the hill. Because then the Droman can't reach him, which the Droman's inconsequential. I don't think he can reach. I think he moved there to start escaping to the back, which is part of the reason I wanted my spearmen ending up there. He used a turn to pillage, so he's not going to be... Oh, the Droman could actually shoot on the horse, but that's not a problem right now. Okay, double tappers, get to work. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like it. I like it a lot. Alright, so we got a great general spread. However, this one's exposed. I cannot afford to leave it that way. We got a worker here, so let's do that. I think he's fine sitting there. If he draws fire, that's actually a very good thing. So we'll just leave it like that. And we've got more melee coming in here, so watch your back. Alright, speaking of more melee, look at this. More swordsmen, I like it. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to get eyes on this camp. It is also a spearman. So, we're just going to go ahead and proceed here. We just won't be doing attacking with the horse unless it's going to finish off. In fact, let's bring the horse... Well, if he throws it to one of these and... Yeah, maybe I should have moved the horse here and had the archer here, because I'm thinking of where something else might spawn. The horse will be useful against anything that spawns over here that's not a pikeman. So, alright. No problem with a little bit of productive critiques. Luckily the city's on a hill, so... Oh, okay. Look at that. Hill, hill, hill. Altitude training is so much fun. I cannot stress that enough. Alright, finally this horse is getting to a place where he won't be retarded. His movement, I mean. I'm not calling him names. We don't need two swordsmen over here. Well, it can't hurt under the circumstances. We'll just leave him like that. These two are kind of acting as a wall towards our land, so that's optimum under the current situation. Alrighty, I was not expecting this segment to run this long, to be honest with you. But it's successful, so that's the part that matters. Alright, all of our archers are intact. Double tapper. That's really good, considering this guy managed to expose himself. Alright, your city becomes religious. Alright. I don't know why he keeps telling it that. We must have like a mix in there that his Gandhi's repeated missionaries can't counteract. Workshop or aqueduct in this city? Probably aqueduct. I kind of want... That's another thing I'm thinking about in the future. Like, I need to prioritize workshops earlier. They help with everything else. That's something I had to teach myself with regards to Liberty a while back. Seeks a new natural wonder. Seeks a new natural wonder. Okay, well, we've got a scout cutting up as much as we can, so there is that. Nothing really useful to build here. So... I guess amphitheater, because we're about to be at a point where culture is science. And look at this. Look at this. The fact that it says 1 and 1, what this means is we can put all of our human monuments back because they literally cannot mess it up for us at this point. Didn't we have somebody? Oh, here. And we literally don't have anybody to take up the slack for the moment. Well, that's unfortunate. But if we did, we could put them back right now because this literally can't be screwed up right now. The only way we could screw this up, I think, is if we turned this off of research, and that was just enough to not get it next turn. But I don't think that's the case. So we are in there. Alright, workers here. We got a worker here. Oh, look at this. He's giving us more workers. That just means we can feel free to pillage and move and... Oh. I pillaged. I moved. Oh, I guess he can only pillage once per turn? That's fine. We can just back him up into safety here. That means this worker can get to repairing. I should have moved him onto the gold. The gold's going to be more important in repair, but since we have this other worker here, that's not a problem. Alrighty, this guy is the new double tapper. This is the only archer that can act on the drillman, so let's just do it. This is pillageable, so let's heal. We got a new military there, so let's step back and pillage. So you're a double tapper, which means you can take this guy out by yourself. Do we want him to, though? Because we do have this pikeman here. And if the pikeman's damaged, he's going to be drawing the fire. What is his credentials? Double cover. Alright, so we'll put one shot there. There we go. We'll put one shot into the city. Double tap. And I'm pretty sure this city is going to be ours next turn. Whew! That was quite the ordeal. Quite the ordeal. And we're going to get another worker here. So we actually have too many workers. Overall. So, you believe you me, when this segment is over, we will definitely be taking a look at that. And similarly, I think it might be better to move these guys over here, because chances are their destiny is going to be pushing into Washington. Or maybe we have a death squad for Mecca. I don't know how useful that'll be, because it's kind of arduous getting up here, but well, we do have this camp up here we could go chasing after, and if that means we take units from here up there, then maybe these units fill in the gap. I don't know. That's probably going to be a decision we make after we conquer, so I'm willing to just let it ride for the moment. We'll re-examine that off camera and go from there. So let's see. We got people asking about citrus. It's our last copy, so doing it for 3 gold is probably not worth my time. How soon till you border grow? 1? Alright, well, in the meantime, we'll just do this. Okay, so it's unfortunate. We don't want him getting busted up. How much would this hurt? That's not so bad, considering we can run away. I want to do this just because if he does attack this, we'll be able to do some action here. I don't like chunking him out, because if this camp does throw something else off, we're kind of going to rely on him to be full health, but whatever. Alright, so 1, 2... Ah! We just had a couple city-states ask us about a wonder. Of course, one of us already are allies, so that's unfortunate, because we don't actually get anything extra from that, but 3... there's a lot of hills there. We don't know that this is the end of the line. We got some hills here. We'll push in. That's risky, because now I'm in a gully. I can't. But hopefully the Ottomans won't have anybody here, because it takes 2 hills to get there. I think it's a relatively safe decision. And we're not going to be taking the city this turn. That'll be next turn. So, yeah, keep on moving. Can't believe I was late to the party with that guy. Alright, so step and improve. He can just heal up right there. This is a good configuration for this city. We got a good amount of swordsmen over here. I'll re-examine that at the start of the next part, but it's looking like we're at a point where... Let's back the Great General up. This one's here. This one covers the horse, which is, you know, not important, but, again, best practices. Doing what I can while I can. Shoot. How's that swordsman going to match up to that? Nicely. Alright. And that means this archer can get back to be the human monument for a minute. And who knows, maybe one of these will throw off a pikeman. We'll have an extra guy to actually fulfill that role on an ongoing basis. So that is everybody, it looks like. Great General, chill. Alright, we're going to pass our turn, and this is going to be where we take the city. So really the only strategy at this point is going to be how do we take the city in a way that does the most benefit for our experience. And also, another thing to keep in mind, there's our Renaissance era. We made it. Very nice. Let's just pillage all the tiles we can. We have an inordinate amount of workers here. We've already got 3. We're about to have 4. So yeah, let's do all the pillaging we can while this is still Byzantium territory. Like this guy here. This is already pillaged land, so we'll step down and pillage this. I mean, I don't like taking up all of our luxuries, but he's working on silver. He's about to work on gold. And we have 18, so there's no way taking the city is going to kill us. So for this reason, everybody's a double tapper now. Is that not correct? He's not. Okay, well, he will be very shortly. But anyways, I was thinking if we put single shots from everybody, that frees us up for various pillaging options. Let's see, it's not 1, so this tile is already pillaged, so we'll just use that shot. We'll say pillage, get that gold, get that gold, get that gold, pillage. And then if we don't use a swordsman to take it, we can actually upgrade them to musketmen right now. So we'll capture with the pikemen. And there we go. Create puppet. It says we got some tourism. Let's see here. Alright, so we got aqueduct and library and monastery. That's pretty cool. The mint. It's nice that the mint survived in this city particularly. Lots of wonders here. Amphitheater. But I mostly bring up the screen so you guys can see what the result of the plunder is. But the city did fall. So, as per usual, I'm just going to end the segment here. We can make all the decisions, all the other decisions in the next part. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. I'm very pleased to be able to deliver these like long segments to you guys. It's kind of like easy mode because it's Germany and Raging Barbarians, but it's been a lot of fun, so I hope that makes up for it, and it's probably a pretty exciting read. Please keep those comments coming. Anything you observe that I missed, it's been very helpful. I appreciate it so much. But anyways, I'm signing off at this point, so enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.